Hi, my name is Tomás Henriques. I'm a professor of computer and electronic music at SUNY Buffalo State in the USA. I'm also the founder and CEO of Core Haptics, a startup company creating and designing new game controllers and interfaces for human-computer interaction. I would like to introduce to you the Spring controller, a new type of game controller, and showcase it with a new game called Shape Fitter. The Spring controller is an interface for haptic 3D spatial manipulation. It offers a new design where hands move independently while being dynamically linked through a flexible spring. It offers intricate 3D hand manipulation, haptic force feedback, and also biometric feedback. The new hands-linked interface design allow hands to move independently while linked through the spring, thus offering bimanual object manipulation and also, very importantly, a dual reference point. Hands do feel and know each other's position and movement via changes in the spring's force feedback, in the spring's shape, and also changes in the 3D orientation of each of the handles. Manipulating the spring generates haptic force feedback and provides the physical experience of holding, rotating, and moving objects. Objects can be freely rotated in 3 spatial axes. Handles are moved in tandem or independently. If they are moved independently, they will allow for 2 separate sets of 3D motion to be applied to different objects and different game characters and so on and so forth. Spring compression and spring expansion can be combined with rotational motion, thus offering an extra degree of freedom. The spring controller also offers biometric feedback. The controller senses heart rate, changes in emotional response, and variations in grip force. Also of note is the fact that manipulation of the spring makes it articulate movement in space and creating a meta-gestural language, so to speak, based on the combination of 4 basic actions: compression, expansion, bending, torsion of the spring, and also shaking of the spring. These gestural visual feedback promotes hyper-realistic control of objects, which can be something very useful for training simulations and for AR and VR. This slide gives you an account of the sensing mechanisms that the spring contains: D-pad, 3 additional triggers, joystick, vibration motor, 3D spatial sensors, biometric sensors, and also audio output, and the possibility of mapping all of the motion and haptic information into light via 8 LEDs. The game Shape Fitter has been created to demo the controller, and it's a game that is based on kinesthetic manipulation of 3D shapes. The player is tasked to move, to rotate, and to morph 3D shapes and make them fit through a matching shape cradle in a wall that is approaching. The player picks up the shape by engaging the handles, grip pads. Shape rotation is done using both handles in tandem. The speed of the moving wall can be controlled via the compression and expansion of the spring, and also the shape can be moved within the game space in the Y X space by using the D-pads. I will now proceed to showcase the, the game in a more accurate way. So I will do the same to showcase the controller. Hi, this is the Spring controller, a new type of video game controller that introduces a new design where you have two separate handles that are linked with a flexible spring. So that allows the user to do all types of new motions with his or her hands. You can use compression, expansion, you can rotate, you can bend, you can do torsion, you can even shake, and many other types of combinations of motion. The controller also has biometric sensors. It can detect your heart rate, basic levels of stress, and also how you are engaging with the game by measuring the force with which you grip on the handles. And the combination of biometrics with haptic feedback from the spring and also 3D motion with wrist and hand driven movement makes up for a totally new video game experience. Hi, this is a game called Shape Fitter. It was a game that was made for the controller to showcase some of its functionalities. Right now you see a shape that I'm manipulating, and these three shapes need to be positioned in space so that they fit through a moving wall. That wall has the exact same type of configuration to allow the shape to go through. So basically, in this case you see a cone. I'm going to move the cone, and when it's ready, actually I can exert some force on the spring to make that wall that's coming at me to move faster. So in this case I have this pyramid-like shape which I'm orienting in 3D space, and I'm going to then make it go through the wall. Another one. So it's very simple, but it showcases how you can use the controller to move things in 3D space. There you go.